Once upon a time, there lived a town in Calabar, Nigeria that feared the birth of twins so much that they would break the backs of these twin babies and abandon them in the bush to die. The birth of twins was seen as an evil curse among the Efikpeople because they believed the father of one of the twin babies was an evil spirit and that the mother was guilty of a grievous sin. And there was the 28-year-old citizen of Scotland, Mary Slessor, who lost her father and brother at a young age that she had to join the missionary and live a Christ-like life. She soon found her way to Calabar, Nigeria, where she learned of this gruesome act of twin murders. So, who is Mary Slessor? How did she end up in Calabar all the way from Scotland? And how did she stop the killing of twins forever? This is her story. Mary Slessor was born on the 2nd day of December 1848 in Kilcomston, Aberdeen, Scotland, to a poor working-class family.
She was the second of 7 children of Robert and Mary Slessor.
In 1859, the family moved to the slums of Dundee in search of work. At this time, Robert Slessor was an alcoholic and unable to keep up with his shoemaking job, so he started to work as a laborer in a mill company. Her mother was a skilled weaver and went to work in the mills as well. Mary wasn't left out in the mill work as she worked as a half-timer in the Baxter Brothers mill at just 11 years of age, meaning she spent half of her day at a school provided by the mill owners and the other half working for the company, but her mother made sure she went to church every Sunday. By age 14, Mary had become a skilled jute worker and worked from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with just an hour for breakfast and lunch.
Her mother was a devout Presbyterian who found joy in reading the Missionary Record, a magazine that reported on missionary activities.
Tragedy soon visited the Slessors when Mary's father and both brothers died of pneumonia, leaving behind only Mary, her mother, and 2 sisters. Her mother's interest in missions and memory of her late older brother who often spoke about the missionary and late younger brother who was dedicated to becoming a missionary in Africa made Mary become interested in the missionary. The death of David Livingstone, the missionary priest, sealed the deal for her, so she volunteered to teach at the mission around the church she attended. In 1876, at the age of 28, Mary left home in Dundee for a missionary training in Edinburgh, Scotland. She became a missionary teacher and was assigned to a mission statement in Africa. She was happy she was finally living her late brother's dream to mission in Africa.
Slessor, 28 years of age, red-haired with bright blue eyes, sailed on the SS Ethiopia on August 5, 1876.
Arriving in Calabar in southeastern Nigeria just over a month later. On arrival in Calabar, Mary was first assigned to the land of the Efikpeople. Slessor lived with the Okoyan tribe and the Azo people for 3 years, learning their local language, and became a school teacher where she warned them they believed in traditional West African religion and had superstitions, so she began teaching them the way of the Lord. Mary grew impatient. She wanted to go deeper into Calabar, but she contracted malaria and was forced to return to Scotland to recover. So she left Calabar for Dundee in 1879. After 16 months in Scotland, Slessor returned to Calabar but not to the same compound. Her new assignment was 3 miles further into Calabar in Old Town. Upon arriving Old Town, Mary was utterly shook at how the people of the Old Town were degraded, but among the many things that horrified Mary was the practice of killing twins. The birth of twins was considered an evil curse, so the natives feared that the father of one of the infants was an evil spirit and the mother had been guilty of a great sin, and so the twins were seized, their backs were broken and thrown in the bush. Mary Slessor's missionary flame awakened, and there she found a new mission: to stop the killing of twins. Slessor began adopting every child she found abandoned in the bush and cared for them at the mission house. She discovered she couldn't do this all on her own, so she went out and searched for twin missionaries to find the abandoned twins and take them to the mission house. Slessor tried her best to save the lives of the abandoned, but not all of them survived. Mary once saved a pair of twins, a boy and a girl, but the boy did not survive. Mary took the girl as her daughter and called her Jenny. After only 3 more years of successfully saving the abandoned twins, the villagers started to do the same, saving twins and not abandoning them, up until Slessor returned to Scotland on yet another health condition. This time, she took Jenny with her. During the next 3 years, Slessor looked after her mother and sister, who had also fallen ill, raised Jenny, and and spoke at many churches while sharing stories from her mission in Calabar. After this hiatus, Slessor returned to Calabar. She continued to save hundreds of twins out of the bush where they had been left either to starve to death or be eaten by animals. As a missionary, she went to other tribes spreading the word of Jesus Christ. During this third mission to Calabar, Slessor received news that her mother and sister had died. She was overcome with loneliness, writing, "There is no one to write and tell my stories and nonsense to." She had also found a sense of independence and even threw herself completely into serving the people of Calabar. Slessor became a driving force in Calabar, as well as conducted 4 services each Sunday. Mary was once given a task to heal a dying chief. Mary knew that if she had failed, he would be blamed for his death. First, she got rid of the witchcraft charms, then she prayed and gave good medicine which nursed the chief back to health. This act made people trust Mary Slessor, from the local people who called Gokufko Owa, mother of all people. In 1891, Mary was courted by Charles Morrison, who was sent as a missionary to help and encourage her. Mary and Charles soon got engaged. However, when Mary realized that marriage would mean settling in Scotland and not returning to Calabar, she broke off the engagement and returned to Africa. In Calabar, she would continue that mission. She presided over court cases and ensured that justice was served. She successfully stopped the killing of twins in Calabar after so many obstacles, built schools, and eradicated cannibalism. For the last years of her life, Mary Slessor had fevers at intervals from malaria while in Calabar. The fevers weakened Slessor greatly that she was no longer able to walk, so she had to be pushed in a handcart. And finally, on January 13, 1915, at the age of 66, she went to be with the Lord. Mary Slessor achieved her mission. She was successful in her efforts in wiping out the killing of twins all over southeastern Nigeria. Her story is a testament of this Bible passage. Those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the firmament, and those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. Daniel 12 verse 3. Today, Mary Slessor is known worldwide and her legacy is remembered all over Nigeria and Scotland. Slessor has so many things attributed to her works. She was the first lady to be put in front of the £10 note of a Scottish bank. Mary Slessor also had several monuments in her name, like a road in Calabar, as well as a church and statue of Slessor carrying twins at various locations in Calabar. There is also a high school named in honor of Mary Slessor. She dedicated 40 years of missionary life in Nigeria, served and delivered the people of Calabar from the chains of superstitions and unnecessary deaths. Behind every story is something to pick up on. So what can we learn from her story? And for me, always quote the Bible passage when faced with adversity or a problem. Dedicate your life to a cause, because what will you be known for when you're not here anymore? What kind of story will Tarike Media tell about you? Share more stories you learned from this story down in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this story, you would definitely love the story of Cassie Ventura. Click the picture on screen and I will see you in the next one. Bye.